Hi guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is going to be yet another girl talk video, but I did want to address something before we get into this topic. A lot of comments keep saying, okay, why do you keep doing podcast style? Why haven't we seen your face? I addressed it in the comments, but I just want to make a quick little announcement that I am in between moving from home to my new apartment. So I don't move into my apartment until this weekend. I don't have it set up at home. I've been very busy trying to do my event that I had for my website launch. And I just had a lot of business things going on that for me to sit down and get cute and film for you guys, it was just going to take a lot of effort. So doing a podcast style for now is just a little bit more simpler than me trying to do a whole setup in a place that I'm going to be moving out of in just a couple days. So just bear with me. You guys will be seeing this beautiful face shortly. So today's video is titled Queen Naija is canceled. Is she canceled? Let's put a little disclaimer. So honestly, you guys can support anyone who you want to on this platform, or any platform at that. The same way you guys support me is the same way that you guys are free to support anybody. But there's also room to be cautious of who you put money in the pockets of, especially if they're not here for you. And I don't mean to talk down on someone, because at the same time, this is a human being who makes mistakes, and I can put that, room and margin of error that this is a person, like this is someone who's not perfect. But it's just that someone with this much influence on the younger generation, I just feel that it's important to just say some opinions and then also some facts that people should keep in mind, and possibly share this video with your younger siblings, cousins, friends, and whomever that watches this girl, especially here on YouTube. So I'm just going to go through 4 different reasons that I just feel like I have to get on when it comes to Queen Naija, and then you can decide for yourself if she's canceled or not, and then I'll let you know my own personal opinions. So number 1, intellect. So she just doesn't really come up as a very bright person. And I don't credit this to her not having, a higher education, like with college and stuff. I don't really think that someone not going to college means that they're automatically dumb or automatically can't, just go about their life as someone that has intellect. But this girl, I feel like she allows herself to just dumb herself down just to sound ignorant. Sometimes the way how she speaks, sometimes the way how she articulates herself, sometimes the way how she just comes across on camera is as if she's ignorant. And I just feel like sometimes, okay, I get maybe your upbringing, maybe just the way how you were born, maybe the way that you came up and was raised, you're going to talk and act a certain way. But sometimes I feel like this girl does know better, because it's not like she's a baby, but she definitely talks or says things that are very condescending to an adult. And it's like, you can't play the victim all the time. You got to own up, and your intellect is just very kind of low to me. This is someone who was at the forefront of this generation, especially when it comes to YouTube. It's someone who's basically having almost like another Cardi B. You were going through a situation, you came out of the situation, and now you're really on top of the game. And I can respect that hustle, because why would I ever knock a woman for doing what the fuck she needs to be doing? But you have to come off as someone who's actually has some form of intellect. You cannot be ignorant all the time. There's a way to portray things that won't cause discrepancy in the opinions of her viewers, and she oftentimes says whatever she thinks is correct, but fails to filter herself and refrain from saying things that could cause more damage. Number 2, confidence. So some of her choices in regards to how she, in my opinion at least, feels that she needs to comment on everything, especially every bad thing about her, shows her lack of confidence and how involved she really is in people's opinions. When I think of certain people that are on the internet that everybody knows, and then I really decipher who's really out here winning, and I always really decipher about the people who don't care what people think about them, such as Beyonce. You will never see Beyonce clapping back at a person who doesn't like her. Never. Granted, I don't know too many people that don't like Beyonce, but there are people that don't really seem to be fans of Beyonce. And I will never see Beyonce responding to people. But lately, I feel like people feel the need to clap back to defend themselves. But at the end of the day, not everyone is going to like you on this platform. And with Queen, a lot of times she is always responding to negativity, trying to clear up rumors, trying to clear up drama. And I feel like she's a little bit above that. If I'm going to give her credit and say that she has no reason to sit up here and have to consistently tell people how she feels and what's really the truth and what she really is. she is so blessed, and it almost comes off as very, very, very ungrateful that you have this platform, you have this money, but you aren't ignoring that stuff and living your best life. And as someone who is an influencer, it shows her lack of confidence. She really, to me, doesn't have confidence. She needs validation. She needs to have a man by her. She needs people to tell her that she's this, that, and the third, to really sit up here and be like, okay, I'm Queen Naija, I'm this and I'm that. I just feel like she shouldn't care about people's opinions. And clearly I'm making my opinion, but it's just the fact that she has consistently felt the need to defend herself again and again and again. You cannot win with the internet. I'd rather her show people that not everyone is going to like you and then just own who she is. Like, I feel like she tries to be what people want her to be and not who she really is because she thinks she needs to please everyone. And as someone who is an influencer, to me, that's crazy because you're really sitting up here encouraging a lot of young girls, whether you intend to or not, but a lot of young girls to always be so critical of what people have to think of them. And to me, it doesn't show that you have confidence when you consistently have to report on what everyone has to say about you. So number 3 is choices. Now, I mean this in regards to what she decides to share to the world. I'm not sure if this is true, but she's recently announced her pregnancy. Now, I don't think that this is a smart idea because, in my opinion, she's normalizing teenage pregnancy, which you guys can say what you want. I know some people that watch me may even have children or have had children young, or may be a child of a parent who had children young. But in my opinion, teenage pregnancy shouldn't be looked at as normal, shouldn't be looked at as easy, and shouldn't be looked at as passive. Clearly, she was a teen mother, and I guess she's been authentic enough to, speak on some of the hardships that she has gone through and some of the phases that she's dealt with as being a teen mother. And I respect that because there's no way in hell I could ever be a teen mother. Like, there's no way. I'm 21, so clearly I won't ever be a teen mom, but even as a 21-year-old, I could never do it. So I respect that. But I also feel like she perpetuates glamorizing having this family, and being young, and it reflects on her viewers, her having this new channel called The Royal Family, and it just makes it seem like she just came from something where she was like a family-based channel, her husband and her child, and you so fast and so quickly hopped into another, family related thing to show, oh, my cute little family. And a lot of girls, they're with a guy, they may be being mistreated by him, or even if he does treat her well, when they see these things where it's like, oh, their influencer, their role model, or their biggest, YouTube star or music star is having this cute little family, it looks like their life is together, it definitely rains down on some of these young girls and makes them feel as if that's what they need to do. She is an influencer to many girls who aren't even in high school yet. You don't know how many girls think that she is goals, So for her to lay down and just have a child with someone that she isn't married to, doesn't know that long, and is, only officially got with because of social media, it just sends a message to her fans that it's okay to do that. And I'm not going to pull the card of her having to be ladylike per se, because I'm not here to chastise her for her decision, but my whole point is her decision to be out here and make it seem like it's okay, because the influence is my main point and how it affects young girls. So you girls that are watching that are, let's say, high school age and down, you shouldn't think that it's okay to have a baby by the first guy who shows you that he has the potential, not even is, but has the potential to be your knight in shining armor. You have to make him prove that he wants to be there and stay with you. And she doesn't know if he's going to cheat. She doesn't know if he's going to marry her. And she definitely doesn't know if they're even going to be at the same place they're at now, a year from now. Yes, they may be friends. They claim to have gotten to know each other very well, but it just doesn't sit well with me that she's having a baby by someone who she hasn't known for at least a year. Like, little girls watching, this isn't okay? This isn't goals. And she really has a heavy influence. It's her decision. She's an adult, but at the same time, she's also an influencer. And you have to choose a happy medium when you make choices like this. Now, lastly, my 4th point is colorism and colorists. I really didn't want to touch on this because I feel like I don't like talking about this sometimes, only because I don't want my channel to be too saturated with the whole colorism debacle. But I honestly think this girl's a colorist. Like, honestly, I think this girl's a colorist. And sometimes to me, she comes off as one of those unintentional colorist, but she definitely reaps the benefits of being a pretty light-skinned girl who is at the forefront of social media. So it's a fact. To me, it's a fact. You can say whatever you want, but it's a fact to me that lighter-skinned girls have a better chance of being famous or getting the opportunities on this platform and other platforms in comparison to darker-skinned girls. Darker-skinned girls, I'm not saying that you can't get it, but when it comes to lighter-skinned girls, who do you see at the forefront of certain platforms? A lot of fairer-skinned girls. And she definitely takes advantage of it. And honestly, I wasn't as offended by her comments about the nappy-headed black girls who picked on her in high school because, if she's being descriptive, then I can't take that away from her, whatever. But her recent comment about telling a fan to take a bleach bath, who is clearly a dark-skinned girl, that was the last straw for me, okay? That was it for me. No. You're cut, bitch. You're canceled. This girl clearly knows that she is more favorable in the eyes of not only black men and darker skinned men, but just in society in general. Even brown skinned girls and lighter skin, like she knows she's more favorable. And she uses that to her advantage. And, I don't really take that from her. It's one thing for her to do that, but to put others down that don't look like you within the process, I have to call a spade a spade. Bitch, you're a colorist, okay? Bitch, you are. And, own that shit, okay? Don't sit up here and say that you're not. You are. That comment was just way out of line. You don't say that to somebody because bleach essentially means, you want to lighten your skin or you want to lighten yourself. Bleach means to purify and get whiter and cleaner. So telling somebody to take a bleach bath is basically what you're telling them to do. I'm just not here for it. So all in all, this girl is honestly canceled to me. I respect her story and I'm proud of her for coming out of the situation and the marriage that she had, and that could have ended up with even more toxic outcomes if she would have stayed with him. It's really not hard to just up and leave a guy. So trust me, I know, I've been there. So I commend her for doing that. But this girl is a huge influence on this generation, and I see her rising up more and more and more. I see her being posted in the Shade Room. She's doing the Breakfast Club. She's doing many interviews. She's basically touring. She has a record deal. This girl is really about to be pushed into the forefront of the music industry as well as entertainment industry. I just wish that she would be more careful. If I was to have the same influence that she had, it's just some things that I would do differently personally. You guys have to realize who this girl is and take everything she does with a grain of salt. It's not goals to emulate everything that this girl does. It's just not. Pick and choose what you want to support, keep your eyes open, and just admire her in the passing. It's no point to be a diehard fan of someone who is consistently showing that she is not here for us darker skinned girls and then just us young girls in general. She's an adult and she can do whatever she does, but her influence and her fans are really young. Like, she doesn't get that. And I know she probably wishes, okay, I wish my fans were older so I can kind of just maybe cuss more. I can talk about more like explicit topics and that type of thing. But unfortunately, the way how it's set up is her fans are just really young. And, she has some characteristics that are just very offsetting to me. And I really wish I could really be here for her. I really wish I can say, okay, I really like this girl and whatnot. And I really tried to like her. I really did. But after that comment with the bleach bath and just pregnancy thing and her just, to me, misusing her platform at certain times, I just have to call a spade a spade. It's canceled for me, okay? What are you guys' thoughts? Do you feel like she's canceled? What are your thoughts on some of the things that she said and done? Even if you don't know who she is, what are your thoughts from the things I've told you in this commentary? I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. So that is it. And I will be back on your screens very shortly, okay? You guys will be seeing my pretty face sometime next week. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Got it on the dresser. I've been under pressure. They want to see me laid out on the stretcher. Gotta keep my head up. Now all of a sudden, people say we cousins. I keep hearing all this, you my brother talk, I can't relate to nothing.